Alex, what did you make of that this afternoon?
I thought it was a really competitive game of football from both teams. Obviously, we came out on the wrong side of the result, which we were all really disappointed about. But I thought we gave ourselves a really good showing and definitely gave ourselves a chance to win the game towards the end.
What was the biggest issue then this afternoon? How come you didn't win it?
They only made a few good saves. I think it's just sort of trying to sustain pressure a little bit more and keeping them on the back foot and creating probably more chances. If you look at it in the first half, there wasn't too many chances for us, and when sort of they're looking to defend the lead a little bit more, that's when we're able to get those chances towards the end of the game. It's just how we can try and sustain that pressure over 90 minutes, really.
Do you feel you're learning things week by week that you can take into next season, perhaps?
100%. I think every single player is going to be stronger and physically better and for next season. And that's what it's all about. It's about learning, and it's definitely been a massive learning curve this season.
Clearly heads haven't dropped off the back of the relegation at Newcastle, but in all honesty, how difficult is it going out there as a human being week on week when you know that your destiny is already sorted?
It's not difficult at all. I think it comes down to the what the gaffer has installed into each and every one, and even the staff members and everything. There's no let off. We're still trying to get as many points for us and for the fans that they deserve, and that's what you can sort of see that. And obviously I've came into that after a few years of success behind the club, and that's just the standard. We won't let ourselves drop from that until the last game.
You've yet to experience a Portman Road victory. You'd love to have one on the final day, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're pushing for. I think for us, I think there's been a few occasions where we've made it harder for us, but I think games like today where we could have really sort of gone on to potentially get a point or even push to win, it's obviously disappointing, but we're definitely learning, definitely getting better, and hopefully we've got one more shot at it.
And you're having to play a fair bit of football this afternoon as well.
What's that? Sorry,
you have to play a fair bit of football at the back as well.
That's what we do. That's what our DNA is, and apart from a little hole in my foot on the end, I think we managed it pretty well. I think we're one of the sort of the better teams of building up, and with the structure that we've got, and the gaffers again instilled that into us, and we work hard at it each and every day.
Is that something that's you're working on hard day to day at Playford Road more than ever, perhaps the footballing side of things since you arrived here?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've always had that upbringing, whichever club I've been at, which has probably helped. But again, doing it on the bigger stage is another level. So I think for us all to get better, and the way we're doing it against top teams, against top pressure as well, it's difficult, but we're only going to be better for it.
No reason why you can't have a serious crack at the Championship next year.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the main thing. We want to be playing our football in the Premier League, so that's definitely our aim.
And you think you've got the squad together now to do that?
100%. So obviously we'll have a good break, and we'll come back into it raring to go.
Thank you, Alex.
There's a lot of controversy in that game, a lot of chants from fans. You were kind of right in the mix of there. Were there any frustrations from you as a team with certain decisions going against you?
No, and we can't get frustrated with it. Like the referees, officials have got to do their own job. We're just there trying to stay focused and try and obviously defend almost, because obviously there's a long period of times where there's sustained pressure and lots of corners and long throw-ins, and if we get too frustrated, then that's where we can sort of switch off and get too involved in the frustration.
What has VAR been like with your first experience? Because you've only had a few months of this. It's quite long checks that come into it. Is that one that's kind of becomes a little bit annoying, or what has your view been on it so far?
Again, it's part and parcel. I don't think it's going anywhere. So it's part and parcel of the game. Now everyone's just got to get used to it again. Like you say, it's hard sometimes with how long the checks are. But again, that's where we've got professional and stay in the game and stay focused.
Yeah. And for the last few weeks, or really since you come in, there's been so many kind of injury bits and pieces in front of you. You've had so many different players playing as well, and in recent weeks you've kind of had 4 natural centre-backs as well. Has it been hard when you've had a lot of chopping and changing in front of you?
I think it's hard for the whole team, but I think the way we set up and the structure, not much changes, so it's just sort of the personnel go into it. Obviously it's just getting to grips with it, but obviously I think the lads have been top drawer, especially today. You look at it, I think Greavesy playing out of position on the left side, he had a really, really solid game against a really informed player. So you look at him, it's lads are more than capable of doing it and playing this level out of positions as well. So it's there's those are the things and positives that we've got to take away from this season.
Last one for me, mentioned about West Ham, but Leicester as well. Before then, is there that kind of motivation, knowing that you want to finish above them in the league, and as well you're going to be in Championship with them next year? They could easily be at the top, and getting one over them at this point could be a really big one for you.
I don't think it's about getting one over them. I think it's just going there and with the same mentality that we try and do. It's going to be another competitive game, and we've got to try and win. That's what we want to do first and foremost. So we've got 2 games left, home and away. So it's try and get as many points as we can.
Alex, the manager mentioned in the week about their kind of threat from set pieces, and I think that was pretty evident today. Is that kind of the grappling and all that malarkey? Was that kind of what you came to expect?
Yeah, I think again, like I've said previously, it's part and parcel of the game nowadays. There's even more so with VAR. You sort of can't get away with anything nowadays, so it's sort of playing it a little bit, and it's the same for both sides. But yeah, we knew their strengths, and we worked on the week, but yeah, unfortunately they got the better on.
With the retaken corners, it was obviously the same one taken 3 times. There was a VAR check in there. Have you had an explanation for that one? It looked a bit confusing from the stands.
No, I don't think nothing's been said about it, and that's obviously for the officials and coaching staff to go through. But as players, we've still got to do our job on the pitch and defend it better, and that's what we look at next week. And
away from the set pieces, limited them in open play, and they're obviously one of the top attacking teams in the division. That must be one of the positives.
100%. I think the lads had a real good defensive display in front of them. Like I mentioned earlier, I think Greasy had a real good game, and that's the level that we've got. I think there's lads coming in out of position, and for them to perform as well as they did, then it's credit to themselves.
And I guess it's just a shame that it took until kind of 10-15 minutes to the end before the real surge happened.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's the thing. We want to try and sustain pressure for longer periods in the game, and whether that's in the first half and second half, and not for it to just come at the end of the game where we can when we get on top, when they're trying to sort of sit deep and defend. So it's obviously tough. They're a good team, and that's why they're up there. But that's just what we've got to do.
Thank you, Alex.
Awesome.